Hello, Stonegate Naples Manor. Our neighborhoods had updates on 20 different properties this month, including 5 new listings, 5 contracts, 1 failed listing, 2 price changes, and 6 closings. That's a lot of updates, so I'm going to talk fast, try and keep up. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty, and let's get moving. We'll start off with 302 Notley Court. It's a 6-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 2,700 square foot single family. They listed on June 14th for $765,000 and ended the month at 17 days active. Around the corner, to 14712 Notley Road, is a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 1,995 square foot split level. Active in March at $699,900. 2 price drops in April before going under contract in May after 45 days. They closed on June 26th for $640,000. That's $60K under their original list price. Next up, 608 Silverstone Court. This 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath colonial is a big one at 3,700 square foot. It popped up as coming soon on June 22nd, priced at $950,000. Just down the block, 616 Silverstone Court is also a 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath colonial, but a bit smaller at 3,200 square feet. It listed on June 28th for $889,900. 209 Farmgate Lane, a 6-bedroom, 2 full and 3 half-bath, 3,400 square foot single family, listed in May for $935,000 and pulled the house off the market on June 11th after just 19 days. That would be a little odd, but they did the exact same thing with the same agent last fall. 121 Farmgate Lane is a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 2,200 square foot colonial that listed for $715,000 in May and went under contract after 5 days on market. It closed on June 5th for $740,000, $25K over their asking price. 14417 Jaystone Drive is a 5-bedroom, 2 full and 2 half-bath split level. It listed in May for $719,000 and was still at that price at the end of June after 54 days. 15208 Winstead Lane is a 4-bedroom, 2 full and 2 half-bath, 2,600 square foot rancher. It listed in March for $860,000, then dropped $40K. It went under contract in April after 44 days on market. It was supposed to close on June 4th, but the listing agent still hasn't touched the listing since May 11th, so we'll have to check back on this one next time. Hopefully, they've gotten around to updating it by then. 15,000 Butterchurn Lane, a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 1,916 square foot contemporary. They went active in March at $679,900. On June 7th, they had their second price drop, this time to $650K. They went under contract on the 30th after 67 days on market. 14612 Corona Drive is a 5-bedroom, 4.5-bath colonial with 2,320 square feet. They listed for $725,000 at the end of April and went under contract 8 days later. They closed on June 6th for $725K, their full asking price. 14705 Flintstone Lane is a 4-bedroom, 3 full-bath, 2,549 square foot split level. They went active in March for $640,000, had a failed contract in May, and went back under contract on June 24th after 35 days on market. 15204 Watergate Road is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath split level. It listed on June 13th for $720,000 and was still active at month end after 18 days on market. 524 Stonehouse Lane is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 1,680 square foot colonial with no garage and an unfinished basement. They listed at $605,000 in April, had a failed contract in May, and ended June active at 63 days on market, after dropping their price by $10K on the 27th. 15109 Watergate Road, 3 bedrooms, 2.5-bath contemporary, active in May for $675,000 and under contract 6 days later. They closed June 17th for their full asking price. 15313 Watergate Road, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,700 square feet. Came up as coming soon on the 25th with no photos, and still no photos at month end. I'm all for keeping a little mystery, but not when I'm selling a house. It's going to be listed for $750,000. We'll see. 15221 Middlegate Road is a 3,050 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3 full, and 1/2 bath colonial. They were coming soon in May and listed for $924,900 on June 3rd. They went under contract 4 days later and closed on June 24th for $955,000, $30K over their list price. 14701 Notley Road is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath split level, listed in May for $715,000 and ended June still active after 37 days on market. 15008 Notley Road is a 3,800 square foot colonial with 5 bedrooms, 4 full, and 1/2 baths that went active in May for $874,900 and under contract on June 9th after 12 days on market. 15016 Wellwood Road is a 4-bedroom, 2 full, and 2/2 bath, 2,700 square foot colonial. It listed on June 14th for $745,000 and went under contract 5 days later. And then we come to number 20, our last listing update for the month. 14628 Cutstone Way, another one of my listings. 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,800 square feet above grade. We listed in May, priced at $1 million. The third property to have tried for 7 digits here, and all 3 have been my listings. We went under contract 4 days later with multiple offers and closed on June 15th for $1 million. Now, on its face, that would already have been the 3rd highest price anyone has ever gotten for a house in Stonegate or Naples Manor. Number 1 and 2 are also my listings, by the way, but we got the buyer to pay for their own agent and all of the seller's closing costs as well. So on its face, this was a $1 million sale, but in reality, this was the equivalent to my sellers of $1,068,000. That makes it official that my team at Hagan Realty now holds the record for the first, second, and third highest prices ever achieved for listings in our neighborhoods here. So if you're thinking of selling, why settle for 4th place? Now let's shift to a wider look at the Colesville market, which is showing signs of shifting from a seller's market to a buyer market, but it's definitely sending some mixed signals. New listings jumped by 47% year over year, with 84 new listings hitting the market in June, but that was actually down from 90 new listings last month, and typically June and May see the same number of new listings here. Buyer activity was pretty strong as well. The 59 new contracts signed in June was the same as in May, but 21% higher than last year. That still has demand lagging supply, but not too badly. Prices are still going up, but at a pace that has been slowing for 6 straight months. In June, Colesville area home prices were increasing at a 1.9% annual rate, down from 3.1% last month, 4.3% in April, and 5% in March. Time on market, though, was actually faster than last month. The median home taking just 7 days to go under contract. The average is a bit over double that mark. The number that still got my attention, though, is the listing failure rate, which was 25% in June. That's lower than the 33% number in May, but still, when 1 in 4 homes listed for sale never sell in spring, that's not a good sign. That said, I think a lot of that has to do with the number of agents in this area who have never seen a slow market and have no idea what to do if a property doesn't get multiple offers in its first weekend on market. Some good news on the mortgage front, though. The average 30-year fixed-rate loan edged down to close out the month at 6.67%, which is a welcome dip from 6.95% at the end of May. Be sure to check back next month for another monthly market report for Stonegate and Naples Manor. Or, if you prefer more timely updates, including all of the listing photos for each property, register at the link in the description, and we'll set you up with a free automatic email anytime a property hits the market, has a price change, goes under contract, or closes in either neighborhood. And remember, if you or one of your friends or neighbors are looking to buy or sell, give me and my team a call. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty, Stonegate, Naples Manor. You'll be moved.